morning, everyone, and happy Easter Monday bank holiday. I don't know how to say that. Bank holiday Easter Monday. That one, we'll have that one. Bank holiday Easter Monday. That one works. Anyway, good morning, happy Easter. Are you 90% chocolate already, or are you? Our Nicola says she is. She's 90% chocolate. I've only been eating little mini eggs, so I'm all right at the moment. It's only sort of up to about my knees, so we're getting there. We're getting there. Well, good morning. I hope you've had a fantastic bank holiday weekend. We're here for the bank holiday Monday. We're here all day with you for our normal show times. We don't give you short change just because it's a bank holiday. We're here all day, and wow, have we got an amazing day for you. Now, I'm really happy to say he got up early. He got in his car and he's done probably the longest commute we've had to date yet. Apparently no traffic on the road, it was very clear. And our lovely Craig has made it down from Scotland this morning. Good morning.
Good morning, yes.
We're saying we're expecting to be broad Scot this morning.
No, it'll be absolutely fine. Yes, straight back here after leaving. I decided to just have another night in Scotland.
I don't blame you.
I thought, let's just have another night. Family and friends, but it meant I got to see them a bit longer because I didn't have to leave as early yesterday. So yeah, the alarm was set for, well, 3:50. Precisely this morning, and yeah, hit the snooze button a couple of times, but yeah, got here no problem whatsoever. Really looking forward to today. Many reasons. One, I'm back with you again. Perfect. Always love working with you. I have got so many demonstrations to be showing you throughout today. It is, of course, Bank Holiday Monday here in the UK, anyway, Easter holiday, and we're going to be having a look. We're going to have a look at shakers. We're going to have a look at Country Lane. We're going to have a look at some colouring as well. But look at these ones. So I've not been using these one for quite a wee while, so I'm looking forward to showing you my take. Now, I say quite a wee while, I mean up until prepping for today's shows. Now, these are really fun. These are big dies, these are chunky dies, but these create shaker card dies. Now, they enable you to create the shaker, you know, separate, or it can actually be within your actual card blank. So I think I've got one here, which I do. So that one is straight into the card. Now, you don't necessarily have to use them in a shaker form, but we've got these ones. We've got the floral as well, which you can then change and use into any other concept card that you so wish. And we've even got...
You can have them as totally freestanding as well, can't you, if you want to, which
absolutely.
I think is great.
There's going to be a couple of demonstrations I'm going to show throughout today where I'm actually going to use them in that freestanding way, because as I said, you don't have to use them as an actual shaker. But then we're going to have a look at our Country Lane as well. Really, really
love
pretty.
The colours on that one.
Yeah, we're really going to town because we may have some Spectrum Noir items on the show that we'll go over just shortly. Thought really let's showcase the pens that we've got coming up. But yeah, lots of different things, not just these collections. We'll be having a look at a few other things throughout the day on Crafters TV. But yeah, it's going to be a lovely Monday. We're looking forward to it.
And I think you're all ready to go because there are so many of you here with us this morning already. So I shall catch up with you all in a minute. Oh, there we are. You're still there. Still there. They're watching you. There we go. There we go.
Well, that was a bit dodgy, that one. Anything could have happened there.
You didn't realise that,
I did not know the camera was still on me there.
Never mind. Right, I want to go through some of the deals we have got on for you.
What's on your iPad?
Shh, it's secret. You're not supposed to mention that. It's a secret code. It's hidden.
Clearly, I've not checked my emails while I've been off then, eh?
Oh, Craig, don't tell anybody you found it, 10, because it's for everyone to find.
Oh, okay, right, yeah. Here's me thinking it says Foundito or something like that. I can't really read properly.
No, right. I'll go through my deals for today then, shall I? The ones that he's not blown. Right, we have got triple points on everything that you buy today. And I've seen a couple of items with bonus points as well. So you're really, really going to be able to build up your points today. I'm going to miss that one for a minute. We've also got our free gifts still available. We've got the Hoppy Easter 6x6 paper pad. Doesn't matter what you buy today. While stocks last, we're going to throw in a free paper pad with every single order. So yeah, you're going to get that. And as Craig might have mentioned, there is an extra 10% off for you. There is the code is hidden somewhere. It's secret code somewhere in the studio. We're subtle, aren't we?
Very.
Debbie put it there, so yeah, she was less subtle than I am. So if you find it 10 and have found it 10, then you need to put that code in at checkout and you'll get an extra 10% off. I was working out on some of the deals. If you're a Platinum member, you get your 20% off and then you get your next 10% off. It makes the most amazing discount for your products. So yeah, do that.
Yeah.
And as Craig has already alluded to, we have got our today's deal is all about our tri-blend pens. So it's 2 boxes. So you've got 24 pens in each box. Remember, 24 pens, when they're tri-blends, giving you 72 colours. So you've got 144 colours. But if you buy 1 box, we're going to give you the second box for half price. So that's going to make them £119.98 or $179.98 for both of them. Before your Platinum, before your 10% discount. So yeah, you're going to get them for a lot less than that. I think that's going to bring it down to about £100 for 2 boxes of tri-blend. That's really good,
That's really good, isn't it?
So make sure, don't forget to put your code in. Please don't forget to put your code in for that one.
That's if you can find it.
If you can find it, who knows where it is? Who knows where it is? Right, so today we're all about, we've got our Wake Up Call first, show first, so that's where we are now. And that's going to give you a little bit of a sneak peek of everything that's going on through the day. Then later on, we're going to do a masterclass, which is our roundup of all of our Easter deals. So some of the deals that you've seen all weekend and all week, we're going to bring you back. And then our 6 p.m. show, which is 1 p.m. or East Coast, 10 a.m. Pacific time, is about the Sarah signatures. We've got the Country Lane, as you mentioned. We've got the shaker card, and we've got a most amazing mystery bag as well. So that's for today. Some brilliant deals. I understand you're back again tomorrow, aren't you? If you
I am
stay
indeed.
Waking up, then that's with Ben.
I am indeed, myself and Ben.
See whether he actually got his Easter egg, because he was saying he thought nobody was going to buy him.
Nicola bought him one, yeah.
I've left him something in the green room.
Oh, yeah.
So he should be happy.
That's if it lasts till then, Corrine.
And then I hit...
She didn't hear that one, did you?
No, I didn't. I missed that one.
I said that's if it lasts till then.
Well, who knows? And then I hear we've got something exciting happening on Wednesday.
We have.
Wednesday, Ben's here, and he is on all day with Sheena. Sheena's back.
She is indeed.
She's back. Yes.
Wow.
So Wednesday, for the foreseeable future, is going to be our Sheena Day. So if you have missed seeing Sheena, she is back on Wednesday. I think she's got mixed media dyes on Wednesday.
I believe so, yeah.
Yeah, going to be fantastic. So if you love to see her, I mean, she is such a good teacher.
She is.
Absolutely
She really
brilliant.
is. And do you know something? She's coming home.
Yeah.
She's coming home.
She certainly is.
She needs to be here.
I
This
think
is where
she's
she belongs.
excited. We're excited. I don't think I haven't got any plans to be here at the same time of her. I know the following week Debbie Fisher's here with her, and she's so excited to see her.
Yeah.
She really is. So if you're as excited as we are, then please tune in. She's going to be here, Queen of Messy Craft, as we know. She's going to share all her knowledge, and she's going to inspire you with some of the products. So you'll have seen Craig's take on the products in the past, mine, the Debbie's, Michelle's, everybody's take on the past, and now you're going to see Sheena's take on our wonderful products every Wednesday. So tune in.
And what
for
I would
that.
say as well, certainly when it comes to colouring, you're going to get a completely different take.
Yes.
When it comes to colouring,
Yeah.
you know what Sheena can't do or doesn't know is not worth
No, I've
worth
watched
knowing.
her before. I've watched her take 2 paints and go, oh, let's make skin colour. I'm like, you can't make skin colour out of that. And then she does, and you're like, oh,
blows your mind.
Yeah, it
blows your absolute mind.
So yeah, some exciting things this week. It's going to be a brilliant week. So if you can take yourself away from whatever chocolate you've got left, if you have chocolate left by Wednesday.
I do still have some.
Do you have some left? Yeah. And tune in on Wednesday. Yeah, but by Wednesday, will you?
No, because it's white chocolate. No.
It's white chocolate.
It's a white chocolate Twix, so it definitely won't last till Wednesday.
No. Oh, that's a nice one.
Oh, it's gorgeous.
It's an egg.
Well, the actual egg isn't like white chocolate Twix.
No.
It's just a white chocolate egg. Yeah, but yeah,
That's good.
Yeah. It's like white chocolate millionaire shortcake, the Twix. It's nice.
Oh, you're tempting us. Right, okay, so shall we have a look at our first deal of the day? This is our Hoppy Easter. So you are going to get a selection of 60 sheets, 10 card blanks. You're going to get your 36 pom-poms and an awful lot more. Now, I was working this one out. I'm going to blow Nicola's mind on this one. Okay, so instead of being nearly £32, you're going to get it for £16, half price. Platinum is going to drop down to £12.80 or $19.20. You're going to say that's a bargain for all of that. Look at that. You've got your stickers, you've got your paper pads, you've got everything you want there. If you found it 10 and use your code, that's going to drop to £11.52 or $15.12.
Awesome.
That's brilliant, isn't it? Absolutely amazing, amazing. So yeah, so make sure that you do that. What am I looking for, sorry? Shaker cards, right, sorry. I was getting so excited about that. I wasn't listening to what Nicola said at all. So the next deal that we have got for you, and then we'll have a look at who's with us today. So, let me see if I can see that. Oh, there's lots of you here. It's busy Monday. It's all about our shakers. So as Craig showed you, we're going to be doing lots of demos with these. Now, not only are you going to get these, you're going to get your sequin dies and your 67 elements. Is this the... When it says sequin dies, is it meaning those ones, or are we having the separate sequin dies? Ah, right, I can see those. Ah, it's here, it's here. I had the wrong pile. There's 2 piles of those. It confused
why would
me.
Do you know something? It's funny you saying that, because they've put 2 bundles of products and finished samples for me as well.
We've got, let me just say, Nicola, you've got item 11 and item 37, and it confused me.
And me too.
There we go. Right, okay, I picked up the right one now. So, if you go for this one, make sure you pick... So if we've spotted it, then please make sure that you do the right one. So when you click on the item on the website, there's obviously 2 shaker card bundles on the website. Please make sure you pick the right one, because if you want the shaker dies, then you need to make sure you pick this one. There you go, you can see. So you'll be able to see, make sure you get the right one on there. So what you're going to get is you're going to get these fantastic dies. You're going to get your Hello Beautiful, which is your gorgeous butterfly. You're getting the stamps that are going to work beautifully with it, with the dies. You're getting a few small shaker elements in there, and you can see they fit perfectly in here, but I'll show you, you're going to get even more. You're going to get your Born to Bloom, which is your gorgeous flower. And this is so clever. If you put your shaker foam in the right places, you can create lots of little individual shakers as well in there. And I love these stamps. They work beautifully. Then you've got your Eau de Parfum, which is another beautiful one. I mean, you can imagine seeing that for lots of just shaped cards as well as your shaker cards, which is what Craig was saying earlier. And then your Cheers to You. I mean, is that going to be a mocktail? Is it going to be a milkshake? Is it going to be a cocktail? You know, you name it. It could be whatever you want it to be. And then we're going to add in your heart-shaped shaker die. So this is going to cut all your little sequins. So you're going to, I don't even know how many is going to be on there. There's an awful lot on there. 50. Ooh, there's 70 die cuts on there. Yes. Well, those in 5s and those in 4s, so that was easy. I could do 5s. There you go, you're going to get 70 sequins all in one pass of your die. And I think, if I remember rightly, this goes through your mini as well. I'm sure I put it through my mini, this one. So, you know, really, really easy. So instead of $67.95, you're going to be paying £30 or $45. That's a weird one. It's got £30 pounds. That's a strange one. Or $45, but platinum price, it's going to drop down to £26.40 or $36. But don't forget to add your secret code at the checkout to get another 10% off. Depends on if you're platinum, that's another £2.64. So that is definitely worth getting. So let's have a look at who's with us today, because I haven't said hello to everybody. But good morning, everybody. If I don't read out your name, it is absolutely fantastic to have you here. We've got Alicia Gordon here from Arkansas. We've got Teresa Campbell from Peoria, Illinois. Sorry, it's Peoria. I'm not very good. No, Peoria. Oh, I don't know. Sorry, she's in Illinois. I should just shut up now, shouldn't I? We've got You Expressions by Candy. Oh, she says it's rainy in Portland, Oregon. Susie Else is in Torquay, Devon. Oh, what? If you have to be in the UK, what a lovely place to be. Betty in Oklahoma. Hi, Craig and Corrine from Clearwater, Florida, says Georgianne Curley. Sandra's in Belgium. Jamie Alex is in Texas. Betty Gorsel, wish it was holiday here in the US. Off to work I go. Oh, well, I'm very sorry, Betty. I didn't realise. I assumed it was a bank holiday there as well. Oh, they don't have bank holidays like we do. Oh, sorry. Yeah. There's not many people here, but we are, so don't worry about that. Lynn Morton says, morning, you lovely crafters. Zoe Carver says, from a rainy West Sussex. Oh, hubby's watching too. Good morning, Zoe's husband. It's nice to have you along.
Hello.
We love it when the chaps join us. Lynn Morton says, good morning, Craig, Corrine and team from a sunny Newcastle. We're only down the road. It was very sunny
just down
here.
the road. It was sunny when I drove past.
Oh, it's sunny, I'm being told. Oh, that's good.
Yeah,
I
I must have
that.
drove past about 8:30 this morning.
It was sunny, was it?
When it was nice.
There we go. There you go. That's where everybody needs to head to, Newcastle.
Let's go.
Terry Anderson said,
Hit the
good
pubs.
morning from Ohio. We will. We're off.
Actually, no, I think I've done a bit too much of that on Saturday night. You're all right, no.
Anne Clark says, morning everyone, hope you're enjoying the Easter holidays. Carolyn Wilson said, good morning from Florida. The new dies for the Tuesday reveal look so amazing. Looking forward to seeing Craig's take on these. That's the cut-in, cut-out statement dies. I did the first look yesterday.
You did, didn't you?
And I've seen some of the sneak peeks of your demos. They are beautiful, aren't they? They're so much fun.
They are really a lot of fun, yeah.
You Expressions by Ken says, oh my God, that is a fantastic deals on the pens. I bought them, loved them and paid full price, and I still love them and would buy them again if I needed to. Well, I don't think we could say much more than that. There we are. Jeffrey Langley says, happy morning, Corrine, Craig and all the superstar CTTV, I think that says, crew and folks here. No, that's brilliant. So just so you know, it's Craig and I, obviously, as you've seen here. It's Nicola and Charlotte in the gallery, and somewhere walking around is our Jake. So yeah, Tracy looked after us yesterday, and Jake's come here this morning. Oh, Jeffrey said it's chilly start, but sunny, 29 degrees Fahrenheit, which is -2. Yeah, you were going, did it? Craig went, oh, that's nice. And then he went, no, it's -2.
Yeah.
Yeah. In New Hampshire.
I'm used to the cold though, so.
You're used to the cold, but yeah, that is cold.
That is cold.
I'm not sure about that. Right, so what was the next one we're going to look at? Shall we have a look at next after we've done that? Oh, you're going to show us how to use the shaker cards, Craig.
I am. We're
That
going
would
to
be
use the
brilliant.
butterfly.
So all the details are on the screen there, if you like what Craig's about to show you.
Right, let's do that. Let's have a look. Let's use the butterfly. So the Hello Beautiful. And with this one here, what Corrine was saying at the start as well is because these are big, bold outline dies, you can actually use these to create your own card blanks. And that's actually what we're going to do here. We're actually going to use them to create an easel. Now, what I want to do is, I'm not too worried about the kind of like the antennas at the moment. What I'm just going to do is, I've got a piece of our white multi-purpose cardstock, and I've got it folded in half. Now, it can be smaller, of course, because it only needs to be the size of my actual die. And what I'm going to do is, I'm just going to make sure that the two tips of the wings on the left and the right are just over the edge of the card blank. Like I say, I'm not bothered about this at the moment. And then I'm going to run it through my Gemini. What I'm just going to do is to make it a bit easier for myself, I'm just going to cut away some of that excess. And then I'm going to go in with my low-tack tape. And then we're going to secure that. So once again, let's just go back over the top. And I maybe only go, maybe not even 1/4 of an inch. I'm ignoring the centre here, and I'm just looking at the wings. And then we're just going to secure it. So I'm just going to pop my low-tack tape at the bottom. I'm going to go in with my plates. Now, I don't need to change the plate configuration. I'm just going to keep it as normal. And then, as of course you probably guessed by now, I've got my junior that we're going to use.
They're quite chunky dies, but they're not mixed media dies,
No,
are
they're
they?
not.
They do feel quite a chunky
They
die,
do, don't they? Yeah, they really, really do. So I think they're still, yeah, I think they're about 0.09 or 10, whereas usually the dies are about 0.08.
Right.
So it's just that tiniest little bit.
But that then helps you to get through the 2 layers, doesn't it?
It does, yeah. Perfect to actually go through the 2 layers, like you can see here. So I've gone through my 2 layers and I've got my little card blank. So that alone could be a little name placement if you want it to be, or of course it could just be the front of a card. But then let's go in with our actual low-tack tape again, and then taken my actual outline die. What we've then got is my low-tack tape once again. So I'm going to actually cut the whole lot out, and then we're going to run this one through. So let's feed that one through. So that one there, I'm just actually cutting the whole image itself. So not doing anything different other than cutting out that whole cardstock. And then let's take that one out. So let's go along. So then what I've now got is I have my card front. I've then got my actual card blank that we can see here. And then what we can then do is let's go in, and what I've already done, so I've gone in with our sage and purple floral cardstock, and I've die cut one of them exactly the same way as to what I've done with the white cardstock, and then I have die cut a second one as well. So nothing different, same layer, same configuration. So that's me got my 3. Let's move that one out of the way. And then what I'm going to do with this one is I'm going to go in with one of the other patterns, and then let's secure this one. And this is actually going to be our shaker element. So let's pop that one on. I'm just going to tape it top and bottom. And then we're going to go back into the die set, because you've got your banner die that works with your stamp. We'll just show you later on, and you've got your sentiments too. Now you've got, although that you've got the love heart shaker element, what you've got as well is you've got these ones. So you've got some butterflies and you've got some floral heads. So die cut them loads of times, and then that will also give you your shaker element. So you're mixing it up, or just use them as an embellishment.
Perfect for using up all your little scraps, aren't they?
Exactly, aren't they just?
I mean,
aren't they just?
If you've just got a little scrap of cards, you could be cutting those and just putting them in a pack. And
Exactly.
then whenever you need shaker elements, you've got them ready, haven't you?
Yeah, well, even like if you take the white
little
bits
bits, yeah.
off the edge, even something like that, even just cutting them out in white, or inking them, or colour with your tri-blends, then cutting them out, great way to use all these bits up. But what we're then going to do is let's go back in here. Now, I don't mind doing all of this together because I know that they're nice and secure with my low-tack tape. If you are a little bit unsure, you can use the outer die first and then come along and do the inner die cuts. It's entirely up to yourself. But what we're just going to do is line and layer these ones up.
You can also use your magnetic shim as well to hold
Of course you can.
can't you?
Absolutely.
If you're not too specific about the exact bit of the paper.
Yeah. Because, well, really, essentially, not the right way, but that was the original way to use your die cutting machine, that you start to layer up on your magnetic shim. The only thing with that, like so many of us, because you can't always see where you're cutting, so we tend to flip it around. But yeah, if you want to go in on the magnetic sheet, of course you can.
We like to pick the bit of the pattern of the paper, don't we, that we want to use and things.
We do,
that's
yeah.
why we do it the other way round.
So going in now, and then that gives me my actual shaker element.
Beautiful.
Now that gives you the wings, and then, you know, even if you want to have a bit of fun, not make any shaker, do that again, another cardstock, paper piece them back in, vellum behind there if you want to, foil cardstock.
Your
light.
Oh, wouldn't that
Course
be
you
lovely?
could.
I've never thought of that.
That'd be
How
dead
about running
good.
lights behind those?
Yeah, maybe up a little girl's bedroom wall or something as well.
That was so cute.
That would be really, really nice. Really, really
into
nice.
the side of a box with lights in. That would look nice.
If you love the style of boxes that Debbie Robinson loves to make, you know, the little light up boxes or that, you could start to use these in that form as well. That's a nice way to use them. So yeah, there is so many other ways in which you can use them other than just the actual shaker concept. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to go around the back with my actual red liner tape. You could do this bit with your tape runner if you want to. I do prefer with my red liner tape, my ultra strong tape. Alternatively, you could have popped this layer of cardstock on a piece of your double-sided adhesive sheets, then run that one through, and then that would have made this a big sticker. But we're just going to go around with my low-tack tape, and for this bit, I'm not, you know, if I was at home, I would probably make sure I'd covered all the bits, but I'm not overly concerned because it's not as if anything's going to leak out of this bit. And then you've got two options here. You can't, and actually, I'll show you this one. So we've got our acetate here. Now this is just our construction acetate, and we've got our liner on the back. So I'm just going to take that one off. So you can either, if you're happy freehand cutting, you can either stick that straight over the top, and it is very, very simple to go around and cut out with your scissors, or you can go in with the outer die. Let's just use it that way just to show you.
So why not? Why make it more difficult for yourself, I always think.
So we can use that to cut it out. The only thing I'm going to add in is my metal shim.
Yeah.
So let's go in with our plates. So base plate, metal shim. Then we're going to go in with our die, and then let's just trim that. And I can use that bit again. So over the top, let's just actually secure that just to make sure it doesn't slip and move. And then same plate all the way through. Frosted magnetic top plate, and as Corrine was saying, if you're fine cutting all the way around, then of course you can do. But then the dies are there. The dies are going to be cutting your acetate, no problem at all.
I couldn't cut it that quick.
Sorry?
I couldn't cut it that quick.
Not that quick. No, definitely not. Not even I could cut it that quick, and I don't mind fussy cutting. But then if we take this one out, what we've then got, I know it's harder to see when it comes to acetate. But we have got...
we can see that.
You can just see it. You can just see it. So what I'm then going to do is I'm going to go in. Let's take my the backing off. But also, again, to make it easier for myself, I'm just going to chop them off because I don't really need the antenna bits. All that's going to do is that's just going to make it that little bit more temperamental to try and line them up. So if you don't need them, just chop them up. And then I'm just going to go in here with my poke tool, taking the backing off. And then what I'm going to use is, of course, you can be using your foam on a roll, but a couple of weeks ago on the Smackdown cartload that myself and Ben done, we brought you a new foam pad configuration pack.
Oh, did you?
And in them, what we've got is we've got two new foams well, not new to the industry, but new to us. There's circle foam pads, and then there's also these strips.
Why have I not seen these?
And these strips, for me, are so much easier than foam on a roll. You've got two different width of strips.
Yes.
So you've got your thicker all the way up till halfway, and then you've got your thinner ones
really
as
handy,
well.
So many times I've had to take up the foam off the roll and then try and cut it down the middle because I needed something a little bit skinnier.
Yeah, yep. Well, you've got that. You've got the best of both worlds when it comes to these ones. So that's where they are from. So all that I'm going to do is, because I've die cut the acetate using that same die, all that I need to do is place that over the top. I'm just going to give that a nice press down, so then I've got my acetate covering the back. Not to worry about the antenna bits because I've chopped them off. And then I can go in, either size of these ones actually would work, but I am just going to go in with the thinner ones. And I'm actually going to block each of these ones off.
Yeah,
so I've got...
It's going to be two shakers.
Two, yeah, I'll do one colour in one and one in another. And because these or I'm going for the thinner one, it's even easier just to then follow all the way around, press that in, and then I can take the next one, and then I'm just going to continue that. So I'm going to do the join like you would usually do when it comes to a shaker, so nothing falls out, and then we're just going to continue that all the way till we get to the end. Make sure we've got our join.
No gaps whatsoever.
None.
Absolutely perfect. I can see we've got some new viewers.
Oh, awesome.
So can you just explain why that's so important?
Not having the gap.
Yeah.
So what you want to do, or in a moment, what we're going to do is we're going to put little shaker elements behind there. Now, if we have any gaps where the foam joins together, then your little shaker elements will fall out. Or if you're using glitter or seed beads or micro beads, anything like that, to contain the actual shaker element, you want to make sure you've got no gaps whatsoever. And it doesn't have to be neat as long as it's pressed right up against where the start of that foam starts. Now, of course you can use foam pads, however, that takes ages.
It does, doesn't it?
Absolutely ages, and there's more chance of you having joins that aren't quite connected. So that's why we would always recommend the foam on a roll or these foam pad strips that are in the new foam pad bundle. And then all that we're going to do is do that join once again, press up to there, and then just to even it out within the middle there, Let's just go
Brilliant.
down the
Bit of
centre.
support.
Gives it that support behind the body. Pop that one there, just pop it back on the sheet and I can use that again later on.
Yeah, we've got a new viewer who's asked a question. I'm going to let you finish what you're doing and then I'm going to throw it over. So, Lynn, I'm not ignoring your comment. We will come back to you in a moment.
Brilliant. So what I'm going to do is now, you can either use either of these shaker dies here if you want to. Let's go in with the love hearts here. And I've gone in for that kind of like baby pink that's come from the Once Upon a Time. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to do frosted, magnetic, and then top plate. The reason I like to use something like our linen cardstock is because it's double-sided in colour. Now, if you use a single-sided colour cardstock, which you can do, but if you think when these actually die cut out, you will, there's a big chance that 50% of them or more of them are going to be flipped on the other side, and you're going to have a lovely pattern on one side and you're going to have them left with white on the opposite side. Now, you could, before you die cut, you could go over with an ink pad, you could spritz it, you could do anything like that. However, when it comes to a shaker die, for me, I would always recommend your double-sided pattern paper or your cardstock, anything that's got colour or pattern on each side. And then what we can do...
Just thinking exactly the same thoughts that I was thinking. I was just about to say, what are you going to use? And you answered that one straight away.
Look at that. So we've got all our heart shakers, but then we can use that as a stencil.
Yes.
We can come along. Let's just do it very, very quickly. Let's just grab an ink pad here, bringing in, take this bit of scrap that I had. So always look at your die, see where else or how else you can use them. One's either before they're die cut or after they're die cut. So let's just go in and then start to ink through. So you've now created your own stencil.
Perfect.
And you can do that with them, which are just, it's fun. It's all fun. But let's move that out the way. And then what I am going to do is let's put them down there. Let's also go in with this pearlescent cardstock. Let's move that one out the way. What have I done with my die? Here it is here. And this is what I was meaning as well by being double-sided. So we can see here that I've got pink no matter what way that it jumps. So no matter what way it jumps about, you're going to see that colour.
I don't know any other dies that jump about as much as sequin
No,
die
exactly,
cuts.
they do, don't they?
Sequin die cuts just seem to have a mind of their own.
They
It's
do.
like, I've cut them up, made them into sequins, I'm going to jump around and flip over.
They absolutely do, yeah.
No other die cuts seem to jump around as much.
Nope, they will.
Yeah.
Bet your bottom dollar they will jump about. So then what we've got here is we've then got our love hearts in our pearlescent. So it's like a lilac pearlescent. And that's all these bits. And then once again, you can use that as a stencil or even start, if that was then neatened up a bit, that could be a background. That could be background strips if you want to. Just cherry pick certain sections and paper piece back in. And then that could be the start of your card itself.
Wow, that's dedication, Craig.
Maybe just a few.
But that would look
I
good,
wouldn't
wouldn't
maybe
it?
necessarily do the whole
That
lot.
would look good, but
It
that's
would look good, wouldn't it?
dedication.
It would. As much as I love paper piecing, maybe I wouldn't do the whole lot. Although I'd say
Can you
that.
imagine doing it maybe different colours? So you've
Yeah.
just like got, ooh, that
How cool would that be?
An
That would be
ombre
really cool.
of, love
Yeah.
hearts.
Oh, yeah. Or ink your cardstock in an ombre design, die cut that one.
Yes.
So, yeah, that definitely is going to be dedication. But yeah, you could do. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to then get all my bits ready to go. So I'm going to take all the backing off first of all. So let's run all of these ones and pop these ones on. Now there's also a couple of ways in which you can do this one. So you can either, let me take this off and I'll explain it in a bit more detail. You can either pop the die cut pieces inside and then line over the top. For me, I do prefer to do it the other way round. I like to get them into position and then let's just go, I'm going to go for lilac at one side and then I'll go for pink in the other. So then, and of course you can mix and match if you wanted to. I'm just going to
I did think you were keeping them very separate.
Yeah, yep. I thought we're just going to go and keep them separate. Make that look a little bit different. So I'm just going to go in, and what I am doing at the moment, I'm placing them I'm kind of placing them in a specific position, and what I mean by that is the shape of the wing, because what I want to do is then I want to make sure that there's none of that that's overlapping the edge, which will potentially get caught between the card and the foam. So you can see that that's going to be absolutely fine. Let's go in with a few more. And even then, at this point, you can go in with some of your glitters or little micro beads, anything like that.
Nicola, I'm asking you a question. Do you feel like running in and putting one purple one in his pink pile? She wants to just blush. Look, he's done it. Look, one pink and one purple in each one.
There you go, just for you both. There you go.
Spot the pink one,
there you go.
Oh, you play up to us. Thank you, Craig.
You're
look
very.
at that.
It does actually.
Just that one pink one, that one purple one.
It does look really, really good, doesn't it? Looks really good. And then we've got. Let's just give that a little bit of a shake so that we can then.
Yeah, that first time they just need a good tap, don't they? And then they start to shake.
Because you've just layered up all of the hearts together, so just give it a good shake about, and then it gets them flowing, and then you've got your shaker element from the butterflies. And then all that we need to do is come back along with our initial layers. Now with this card blank that we made, what we do is we just need to score it in half.
Oh yeah, I forgot it was an easel card.
Yeah, we're going to do an easel card.
I was thinking we're doing a 10-fold card.
So with this one here, the actual height of the butterfly, just roughly, it's just under 3.5 inches. So what I'm going to do, now when it comes to an easel, it doesn't have to be exactly halfway point, but I'm roughly going to go at 1 3/4 here, just roughly, and then score. And then we can then give that a fold.
And Nicola's saying, couldn't we make a tweezle? Now, Nicola, that would be some going on an irregular shape.
It would, wouldn't it?
Tweezle on an irregular shape. She just,
She does love a tweezle.
She loved the tweezles. I kept finding tweezles yesterday. Twisted easel cards. Yeah, you would really be pushing Craig, challenging him there.
Definitely when it comes to the butterfly. Yeah, don't get me started on that one, Nicola. Yeah, still waiting on the next 2 episodes coming.
There we go, look at that.
So what I'm going to do here, so that's going to go onto the base there.
Yeah.
But what you'll see is, you see how when it folds, it's just jarring because, of course, we've cut over. So either go in with a pencil line, or what I just like to do is I like to just go over onto the back. I'll line it up from the back. I can see that overhang that just needs to be snipped off. I'm going to snip off.
Otherwise, basically, you're just stopping the fold mechanism work, aren't you?
That's it. That's all that you're doing. So you just need to take away that section so that you've got that flow, no problem, as it opens and closes. So let's go on with our base here. So that's going to go into here. And then let's just line that one up there. And then we can close that one. Now on this bottom half, this is where we need to add our adhesive. So we're going to go in, we're just going to add our tape once again, all the way around the base. Now you could of course just go direct over the top with the shaker that you've done, but I just like to create that extra bit of stability. So that's why I've gone in with another layer of the white multi-purpose cardstock, like so. So it's not essential that you do this, but it just adds that little bit extra stability because it's going to get handled quite a lot. And then what we can do is then we can come on to the back here. We're going to add all my adhesives all the way around. So let's just hold that into there, work it all the way around, finishing off so it's nice and it's strong. That can then just go direct right over the top. So let's just press that one in. And then what we can then do is let's just open that one up. Now I've already, he says, if he can find it, in amongst all of his bits and pieces. So he had...
It's a special desk that I lost a bow on there that I never found.
It just disappears. I found it here. So yeah. What I've got, in actual fact, let's just actually do this bit, because I usually in the past I've skipped over this bit. So let's just do it, because let's go in with our stamp here. And you can either, and I know I sound like a broken record, but you can either stamp and die cut, or you can die cut and stamp. It's entirely up to yourself. I do like to die cut first, and it's because I'll use the purple matte, contrast to the purple matte, as my visual aid. So So let's just run that one through. And it's a lovely size banner stamp, so you're going to have so many other stamps at home that will work in that little aperture section of the banner. Let's bring this one out, and then what I'm going to do is pop that one on. Let's bring in my stamp. Let's go on my stamping platform, and then I'm just going to make sure it's nice and flat. Go on with my stamp, press that one into here, and then press that one on.
So you prefer that one even to the big platform or your rocker blocks?
Yeah.
Okay.
So if I were to, well, something like this, I would just tend to use my small stamping platform anyway. My large platform, I only tend to use that if I'm stamping kind of like a larger image.
Okay.
And then for this one, the reason I like to die cut first is because as I'm looking over, I can actually see the outline of the white against the purple mat there. So for me, it's easier. It might be easier for you to stamp first and then overlay the die. There's no right or wrong way. The only way I would, or the way I would use the rocker block is it's going to be nigh all impossible for you to die cut, then use the rocker block. To get that in the perfect position, I don't know anyone would ever manage to do that first chance. So if that was the case, use your rocker block, stamp, and then die cut afterwards. So you can absolutely use the rocker block, you just need to do it in that other way. And then let's also go in with our stamp set. So we've got thank you so very much, fluttering by to say hello, enjoy your special day, and hello beautiful. So let's go in with fluttering by to say hello. Let's bring in our stamping platform once again. And with these ones here, the key with these ones is just let them lay down themselves.
Yeah. Don't try and force it. No,
if you force it, then what it's going to do is it's going to be kind of out of alignment of your banner stamp. And then I'm just going to go in, and I'm going to try not to get my head in the way, but then we can then just press that once again into place, fluttering by to say hello.
Oh, how lovely.
And then last thing that I'm going to do is I've gone in with antique pink blend.
Oh, that's a nice one, that one.
So it's a really nice one, isn't it? I do enjoy using this one quite a lot as of late. And then all that I'm going to do is with the mid-tone, I'm just going to come in to the left, or to the actual tail on the left-hand side. And I'm just going to come along, and all that I'm kind of doing, Corrine, is just sketching along the bottom.
Yeah.
That's it. That's all that I'm doing.
Right, yeah.
Nothing else.
Oh, and Nicola's put it there, Tri-Blend 48 pen. I've just had a look. That antique pink is definitely in that collection.
Perfect.
She forgot to check. Yes, Nicola, it's in there. It's in there, don't worry.
And then look at that offcut that I've got of that foam pad strip can then go along the bottom here, because we need to have our little stopper. So we need to stop our butterfly, so we don't want it for further back, further forward. Kind of go mediocre into the middle. And then all that I need to do as well is, if you find maybe your easel or whatever card blank that you're doing isn't kind of sitting right, you just need to go in and give it a good burnish. So let's just pop that one into here. Let's go in. I am being mugged off, Nicola, am I? Oh, that's a sadistic laugh in your, I can hear in my ear, Nicola.
You're going to put a deeper foam tape
I'm going to
on.
put a deeper one on, yeah. Let's go in. I'm going to go in with these chunkier ones here.
There we go.
Now, you could have used those foam strips and then just layered them on top of each other. That would have worked, but let's go in with these deeper ones into here. I'm just going to pop it back where it was.
Nothing is never, what's the word I'm looking for? You can always put it right, can't you?
Of course you can.
There's always something you can do to correct it.
Always, 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 always.
And it's trial and error. It is always trial and error. You know, we're doing these things, and we'll often find that the first time we do something, it's different foam tape might not work, or it cuts differently to how we might expect, but there's always a way to remedy it.
There is. There always is, yeah. Let's just go in. I'll just put the last couple there and then there, just as a little bit of decoration. Right, don't mug me off this time. There we go. We've got our little butterfly easel.
How cute is that?
Look at
That
that.
is lovely.
You know, and you can still write your message either on the back or you can do it underneath if you wanted to. That's up to yourself, but then you've got your little butterfly. And then if you were to do that with any of the other ones, it's exactly that same form, although you can use them in so many other ways.
Excellent. That is brilliant, brilliant. What would you say, Your Expressions by Candy has said, what is the average size of these shaker cards? They're different, aren't they? Because you've got it's hard to compare butterfly to a mason jar and things, isn't it?
It is, isn't it? So we've got... So if you were to use them in the key shape that they are, the mason jar is 3.2 by 5 inches.
Yeah.
The actual flower is 4.2 by 4.1. Your actual perfume bottle is 4 inches by 5 inches. And then your butterfly is 5 inches by 3.8.
So they're all coming in within roughly 5 inches by 4 inches-ish.
That's not taken into account, though, if you start to use them onto card fronts. That is just the actual shape themselves when it comes to the shape of the die, but that'll give you a little bit of an indication.
Perfect, perfect. Right, thank you for that, Kate. Still
You're
got some
very welcome.
questions, still got some comments. We're going to go through those. I love this. It's like a weather map here. I'm going to get a weather map behind me because I'm getting all the updates from everybody about what the weather is around the world.
Really?
We'll share that after the break. So, as we said, if you're a Platinum price, you're going to get these prices here in the purple box. We can then make it even better if you find our secret code. But if you want to know what it is all about, this Platinum price, because I can see we've got new viewers, then please have a look and see what all about our Club Inspire.
Welcome to Club Inspire, the crafters' companion community where you can feed your crafty obsession. Join our fantastic loyalty club today and receive 20% of your first order. We'll also give you 250 points to help get you started. Other benefits of joining Club Inspire include exclusive special offers and discounts for Club Inspire members only, exclusive sneak peek previews of brand new product launches, and of course the Club Inspire community group on Facebook, where you can access exclusive content such as downloads, offers and inspiration, and of course you can chat and share your makes with other members. You'll receive 1 point for every £1, dollar or euro you spend, and the more points you receive, the more benefits you'll unlock. So what are you waiting for? Sign up, join the club and start rewarding yourself today.
If you love Crafters TV, we've made it easy for you to watch us wherever you are. Whether you catch us on your tablets or take us with you on your mobile phone, it's easy to watch us anywhere. From here to here. Maybe don't watch us here. It would be easy to watch us here. Probably the easiest place to watch us is here. Crafters TV, with you wherever you are.
Welcome to Crafters TV. With more than 35 hours of live shows each week, it's your home for all things craft. We shine the spotlight on new and innovative crafting products with live tutorials and demonstrations. Join our family of craft experts where fun happens every day.
The one that was really funny, Ben. You did.
It was better than your I'm a gnome and I live in a caravan.
I am a gnome and I live in a caravan. Can we clip that?
Everybody's gone surfing, surfing USA.
Get creative and craft along. With our amazing deals, your next craft project is just a click away. Tune in live 7 days a week, or you can watch us on Catch Up at crafterscompanion.com, Facebook, or our YouTube channels. You can chat to us, craft along, and meet new friends by joining our online crafting community.
You entertain us, you give us a community to talk, in the chat. That wouldn't happen without you guys. It's like Crafters Companion is magical. There's magic here.
There's a show for every type of crafter, from first-time dabblers to full-time makers. Crafters TV. Create every day.
We've got a double bill of great news for our US crafters. You'll now pay less for delivery and your parcels will arrive in double quick time. Our team has joined forces with UPS to speed up the delivery of Crafters Companion orders across the USA. Order online with us and your crafting treats will arrive on your doorstep in just 2 to 3 business days. And shipping will cost just $9.95, so you can treat yourself to even more crafting goodies. So head over to the Crafters Companion website to place your order today. You'll be getting creative with all your treats in no time at all.
And welcome back. Fantastic to have you here. We're getting loads of lovely comments from that card. We've got Karen says, what a neat card. Lois says, very pretty card, thank you, Craig. Adriana says, adorable shaker card. Busy Lizzie is here. She says, hi, Corrine, Craig and all. Not done much crafting or watching live lately, but I'm having a morning to myself in my craft room. I'm watching live instead of on catch up. Well, good morning, Busy Lizzie.
She's been away on her holidays.
Has she?
She has indeed.
Oh, brilliant. It's lovely to have you here. Now, I said to you, we're getting lovely weather forecasts. Obviously, we said, Jeffrey said it was about -2 in New Hampshire. And from the Twin Cities, they say that, they call them the Twin Windy Cities or something like that. But she says, morning all, we have our Easter holiday when we get one, as not all companies allow it, on Good Friday.
Right.
I have to start an hour early today. Well, that's not much fun, Anne. Sorry to hear that. Gillian Grady says, sun is just trying to get through the clouds after the rain here in Greater Manchester. Brilliant. Yeah, it does get a bit rainy in Manchester. It's those hills, isn't it? Rachel Brown says, it rained earlier, but it's drying out and the sun is trying to its best to come out here in Shropshire. There you go. So we're getting on live weather forecast, roaming weather forecast.
All around the world.
Now, we have a message from Lynn, Craig.
Okay.
She says, I've never made a card yet. So welcome, Lynn. I take it you're quite a new crafter here to us on Crafters TV. So it's brilliant to have you with us. She says, can someone tell me which way do I put the dies on the paper in the machine, if this makes any sense? Makes perfect sense, Lynn. And Craig's going to show you all about it. He's going to take it right back to basics. So take a note, Lynn. You can always watch this back, and Craig's going to tell you all about how to use your die cutting machine.
I will do. And in actual fact, let's show you the kind of like the original way that we used to always do the plate configuration that myself and Corrine were just talking about a moment ago. And then I'll show you kind of the way that we do it now and as to why we do it that way. So what we're going to do is I've just gone in for the other shaker die, this one being the perfume bottle. So I'm just going to use that outline die. So this would be any of your wafer thin dies that you've got. Now, going back years ago, what you would tend to do is have your base cutting plate, your frosted shim, and then your magnetic shim. And then what you would do is you would then have your die facing upwards, not facing in, it's going to be facing upwards from your actual magnetic sheet. So then that's sitting nicely on your magnetic sheet, so it's not moving whatsoever. So this is a nice way to use it if you don't want to use your low-tack tape. Then all that you're going to do is you're just going to come along with your cardstock, and then you're just going to place that one over the top. That's when you're then going to come along, and then you're going to then pop your plate over the top. So once again, it's your base cutting plate, your frosted shim, and then your magnetic sheet with your die over the top. That holds it into place, and then you can pop your card over the top. Now you can do it that way if you're not actually really concerned or bothered about where you're cutting on the cardstock. So if you've got a specific pattern, that is when or why we tend to die cut the other way around. That we'll show you just in a second.
And that's the same whether it's Junior or our original Gemini.
Absolutely.
Makes no difference.
Makes no difference whatsoever. So then what we can then do is remove that one, and then we've got our beautiful die cut. So that is the way that you would tend to, people would tend to use their plates originally.
That's nice with the flower going up the
It is actually, yeah, it's well positioned, isn't it? But what you can see there is, say I did want a specific part of that, it's very hard to gauge as to where that pattern's going to be. So what we tend to do nowadays is we'll tend to go in with our base cutting plate, we'll go in with our card, and then we'll go with our die facing down. So we can see exactly where we are cutting on our cardstock. So maybe we want the top bit to be floral, maybe we want that one to be more of a point. So you can then decide exactly where you want to cut, what you want to be pattern-wise on the die. This is where what I would, you can go in and carefully pop your magnetic shim in, hold it together. I would just go in with a little bit of low tack tape, and then you're going to go in with your frosted, your magnetic, and then your top plate.
The key is, isn't it? Blade always goes onto the cardstock.
Exactly.
Always onto the cardstock, and with a cutting plate underneath.
Exactly.
So you don't make fridge magnets.
That's it, exactly. So yeah, as Corrine was saying, you just make sure that you're cutting into your card and then that you're actually cutting into one of your plates as well. So if I remove it then that way, so then you've got that design that you've chosen as to where you're going to be cutting. So you've got that nice curvature. That would have been a lot harder for me to kind of just guess if I went and done it the first way around that I showed you. So you can do it either or. That's why most of us nowadays will tend to do that plate configuration where we cut into the cardstock with our frosted, with our magnetic, and then with our top plate. The other thing I would always say as well, make sure that you've got a cutting plate top and bottom. So you've got your cutting plate at the bottom, cutting plate at the top. Don't ever have something like your magnetic or that at the top. It's magnetic. So if you were to, let's just say for, I'm not actually going to do this by the way, but if you did have your magnetic shim on the top or the bottom, because it's metal rollers, there is a good chance that what will happen is then your magnetic shim can then get caught in the rollers and then starts to intertwine with that one because it's a magnet. So just make sure base cutting plate, top and bottom, and you'll be absolutely fine.
Brilliant. So as we said, we're not sure which machine Lynn has got, but if you've got the Junior, you can see the details on the screen. We've just popped them on there that you might like to get yourself some more clear cutting plates. And we've got a pack of 4, which is effectively buy 3, get 1 free. So the details are on there, $23.97 or $32.97, but your platinum price right under £20, £19.18 or $26.38. Don't forget to add in your secret code when you have found it 10. And if you haven't got the Junior or you want the original, then we've got cutting plates for those and your clear cutting plates for those. Here's the details. Still on a 4 for the price of 3. This time it's £29.97 or $50.97. And your platinum price for those right down there, $23.98 or $40.78. But I think it's a brilliant way to do it. Buy 4, put them in the cupboard, and then you can forget about them. Now, if you're anything like me, what I try to do is I try to keep 1 for cutting and have 1 clean on the top. And then when the one at the bottom is totally used up, I can take the one from the top, put it on the bottom, and then bring in a nice new clean one for the top. So it just feels like they last a bit longer. You not feel like you change them quite as often. But it's up to you how you do them. Or Lynn says, oh, thank you very much. She's got the mini and the original. There we go. Oh, that's a nice combination.
Nice.
That's a really
nice.
good combination. So perfectly. Right, now we have mentioned the tri-blends a couple of times, and there you go. You can see our bundle here. Now this is 48 pens, which gives you 144 colours because each pen has 3 colours within each one. Perfect for blending, tri-blend, they blend. And what we're effectively doing, they are normally $79.99 a box. So you're going to be paying £160 or just shy of $240 for your 2 boxes, but not today. You're going to get those for £119.98 or $179.98. What we're effectively doing is giving you the second box for half price, which is a brilliant, brilliant deal. So your platinum price is going to drop right down to £95.98 or $143.98. But if you take another £9.59 off that, wow, you're only just paying for over 1 box with your extra 10%. Oh, there we go. Oh, did you slip? Did you slip there? You sneezed. She sneezed. There you go. You can't control those cameras when they sneeze. So there we go. Make sure you use all the, if we've got to do. Oh, and what we haven't even mentioned, and I can't see it under here. Oh, Can I see it? Oh, I can see it. There it is. It's Hiddyboo. There we go. We forgot about this. Every order you place this weekend, it was on yesterday, it's on today, there you go, we're going to give you a free 6x6 paper pad. Look at the colours, so bright and fresh, lovely colours. You're really going to find that so useful. Well, I like that one. Oh, the little dots. And your sentiment, you could cut those out in strips. Ooh, brilliant, nice. Brilliant. Look at those rolls. Yeah, I know it's Easter, and I know you've got Easter ones, but some of those papers are going to last all year round, aren't they? Look at that yellow gingham.
Yeehaw!
Spring. Yeehaw, very much. Absolutely brilliant. Every order. So, yeah, as well as getting your extra 10% off, we're going to give you a paper pad for free. So that is a brilliant deal. Make sure you order while that's on offer, because I don't think it'll be here tomorrow. So there we go. Right, so next thing we're going to look at is, I think it's this Totally Tiffany deal, isn't it? There we go. Oh, and once we've done that, Craig is going to show you how the tri-blends work. So this, we were talking about this yesterday. This is amazing. This is your Totally Tiffany rotating board. We were talking about this yesterday. Why were we mentioning this? I was colouring and I was turning, wasn't I? I was turning the cardstock when I was colouring. You don't need to if you've got your board. Do you need to borrow my board, Craig?
I might need to, yeah.
You might need to borrow your board. Now, this is brilliant for colouring. You could put your machines on this. You could use this for cake decorating, model making, anything you like to do. Do you do your Zentangling with our Sandra for our Sandtangling? It's brilliant for that. There's loads of lovely things for that. So what you're going to do is you're going to buy your board. You're also going to buy this bag, which we call our Nancy tote. It just so happens to be the perfect size to put your rotating board in. Absolutely brilliant, just a bit convenient. And we're going to give you for free your aqua markers. Look at the colours on those. These are our primaries, but just remember, if you've got aqua pens, you can make so many more colours. I can't see a green in there, but I can see a blue and a yellow. I can see a blue and a red, so I've got a purple. I can, make different shades of orange. I can make it more vibrant. I can, tone it down. Anything you want to do, you can do with your aqua pens. So the brilliant price, instead of being just shy of £58, today is £34.98, $41.94, which obviously is going to become even less with your platinum price. So 40% saving there. That is a brilliant deal. Right, so tri-blends, we mentioned those a few minutes ago. These are your 144 colours you're going to get for that amazing price that you can see on there. Craig's going to show us what you can do with your tri-blends.
We're going to do a little bit of colouring. With the tri-blends. Now, what I've already gone and done is I've got our butterfly stamp that I've already stamped out. Now, I have stamped it out onto Nina cardstock, so check out the website when it comes to Nina cardstock. It's the absolutely perfect one. It's the most beautiful cardstock for doing your alcohol colouring on. But the other thing that you will just need to do is make sure that you use your alcohol-proof ink pad. Now, we do have 4 in the range. I think all 4 are in stock on the website, but we've certainly got the Noir Black and Flagstone, but we do tend to have the 4 in the range, and they work well. You've got the Noir Black, you've got the Flagstone, which is more of a deeper grey if you don't quite want that harshness of the brown. You've got the rustic brown, the harshness of the black. You've got a rustic brown, and you've also got a pebble as well for more of that natural and nature kind of feel to the images that you colour. So I have already gone in and colour or stamped with my Noir Black alcohol-proof ink pad, and you can see from it, it does tell you alcohol-proof, but then it also shows you an image of an alcohol pen, so you know it's the right one. And then all that I've got is I've got a selection of my tri-blends from the Essentials. I've gone in with my dark red blend, orange, and I've also gone in with my green turquoise blend. And what I'm going to do is I've popped a piece of cardstock underneath, because the the alcohol ink, your pens will start to bleed through your cardstock. Now, the way that I think about it is if it bleeds through onto the glass mat, then what's then going to happen is you can then get that bounce back. So that ink's just going to come back, it's going to bounce back up into your cardstock. So you want something to catch it. So I've gone in with a piece of cardstock. This could be the most inexpensive cardstock. It doesn't need to be anything specific. It's just something to catch the ink. So what I'm then going to do is I'm going to go in with my dark red blend. Now, what I would say is if you are new to your alcohol colouring, do check out our past shows on our YouTube channel and Colour Me Happy. Find your own way, because I do it the way that Leanne does it. You know, Debbie Robinson or Debbie Fisher will do it a slightly different way. We all have slightly different ways in which we do it. For instance, thank you, Corrine, for laying up the ink. And what I mean by that is I like to go in with the light tone first. So it's a nice way to explain it, whereas we're kind of priming the cardstock. So I'm going in with my dark red. So I'm going to go in, and then I'm just going to go in with that light tone of the dark red, and I'm just going to lay that colour down. Now, I'm not going to go right to the very edge. I'm just going to kind of preserve my highlight right at the tip there, but I'm going in and I'm laying down that light tone first. So that's giving me something for my deeper colours to sit onto. And then what I'm going to do is right into the body here, I'm going to flip over to our darker tone. Because of the tri-blend, you've got light, you've got medium, and you've got dark all in one. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go in here. Now, depending on the stamp, many of them will have, or some of them will have, kind of like your highlight lines anyway as a bit of a guide, like these ones do. And I'm going in there with that darker tone, and I'm maybe only going to come about 2/3 of the way, lay that colour down, and then I'm going to switch over now into my mid-tone. And then I'm not going to go completely over that darker tone, only where that dark and that light connect. I'm just going to go in circular motions, and I'm going to blend that out. I'm just going to come back in just a little bit and blend that out, and then I'm going to come so far up, and then I'm going to jump back to my light tone again, and then completely fill that in. And then the alcohol will evaporate over a short amount of time, you know, a few moments or so, if that. But you can already start to see you've got that darkness all the way in there at the body, and then it starts to then progress into that light tone all the way at the edge.
That's the key with alcohol colouring, isn't it? Is to give it time to develop. Would that be the word you'd
absolutely,
use?
Yeah.
It definitely needs time to, like you say, for that alcohol to evaporate and for the colours to sort of to come to life.
Definitely, yeah. The last thing that you want is to get to the end and you think that you've not got a nice blend or a nice shade, and you go and you add even more. And then in actual fact, what you end up doing, the lighter the tone that you add, you're going to then bleach that colour out. So if you think, oh, it's not blended really well, you go and add more of the light, you're bleaching that colour out. So you're certainly not going to get a blend whatsoever. So once again, I'm just going to go in with that darker tone, and then I'm just going to go into where I feel it would be dark. Now, of course, as you progress when it comes to the colouring, you can start and you can have that darkness all the way around that image of the butterfly wing. But I'm keeping it simple to start with. And then I'm going to jump back into that mid-tone, and then circular motions. Just blend that out, crossing over as to where that dark and that light connect. Coming down to as far as that light tone. And then once again, let's finish off with the light tone. Blend that one out, and then again you can see, you start to see that already. That'll blend out that little bit more.
Isn't it?
So smooth, yeah, and it's so satisfying as well. So satisfying. And that's what I love.
I just had a look. Nina Card, we've got an offer, 3 packs for £11 instead of $14.97. So yeah, and then obviously you get your platinum and your 10% off as well.
Hey, that's a really good that's a good deal. It is.
It is, isn't it?
I might need to stock up some myself. And then what I'm going to do with this one, I've gone in with the orange blend here. And once again, I'm going in with the light tone, and then I'm just going to then colour in. So for this one, I'm kind of doing the opposite. I want to have that darkness towards the outside, and then it's going to go lighter on the inside.
That's almost a tangerine, isn't it?
It is, isn't it? Yeah, it really is. Really strong tangerine. And then...
Weather update.
Oh,
I
weather
think it's
update.
raining.
Yeah.
I don't know if you can all hear that. We can all hear that. There's so many people using their rotating boards. We've got Sue L says, I'm using my board at the moment whilst I'm making an iris folding card. Yes, Sue. Perfect, isn't it, for rotating it for
It
your
is,
iris
isn't
folding?
it? Yeah.
Karen Wells Sorrell says, got my rotating board right beside my chair. It is so helpful to use. And there we go. That's what it's about, having the right tools for the job, isn't it?
Yeah, well, because obviously I use mine for colouring, but I tend to use mine, Corrine, when I'm sitting on the couch.
Yeah.
Watching TV, and I'll colour, and I'll sit with my knees up against me with my rotating board on my lap.
Yeah.
And then I just twist and turn as and when I need it. Because I do, it's such a handy tool to have. Let's just do a wee bit more. So again, I'm just going in and do section by section. You know, don't get carried away and start to do big sections at a time, because what will happen then is your actual initial layer of your colour, that alcohol, that will then evaporate and that will dry, and then it's going to make it extremely hard for you to come back and do any building of colour and blending. So you want to do section at a time and then blend that one out. But of course, you can just be using them as key individual colours if you so wish. You've got that option. But then I thought what I'll do is let's go in, let's do another bit of red, because I want to also bring in the dark red shade that's in the additional box that you've got as well. Because your dark red, so your dark red blend, which comes with your essentials, you've got DR1, DR3 and DR4. So that gives you your 3 blends that you can blend beautifully together. But the dark red shades, that's giving you DR5, 6 and 7. So that's giving you 3 even deeper shades. Now you can use these as standalone if you want to, or you can use them together. So you could use DR1, DR4 and then DR5 if you wanted to, or you could use DR1, DR3 and DR5, or DR1, 4 and 6 if you wanted to. So that's just going to give you even stronger depth. So if I go over that one, let's just cherry pick a section here. So let's go in with the dark red blend. So this is what comes in the essential. And then let's just colour in a section here. So I'm just going to go in with that lighter tone there. But then what I'm going to do is, instead of going in with the DR4, let's go in with the DR6 instead. And then I'm going to go into here, DR6, and then we'll use DR3 and 1. So we're still keeping in that light, that medium and dark. It's just your different strength of tones that you're using. Let's go in with it light and blend that out. And then you can start to already see that's even deeper than the one that we've just done there. So you've got that buildability. So if you wanted to use them separate, you can do, but they're going to complement each other. And then all that you need to just keep on doing is carry on going.
Wow.
And then the additional one that I used there was the green turquoise blend, just within these little areas that you can see here. But all of them, section by section, blend them together, and it works an absolute treat. They really do. Love my tri-blends.
There you go. They are an absolutely beautiful pen collection to get, and all of the details there are on the screen for you. £119.98 or $179.98. But remember, it's going to be even less if you're platinum, and even less if you found it 10 on the code to use as well. Now, I want to just do a quick question before I lose the question. Paul Caswell says, what is the name of those thin foam strips called? Craig, do you remember what the bundle was called? Now, I found something. Does this sound familiar, Craig? Small 3D foam pad kit. It says it's new, and it says it's got... It said... foam pads in a range of shapes and sizes, from tiny pieces for extra detailed designs to thin strips for delicate borders. So I think that's the kit. It is the small 3D foam pad kit, because it also says it's new. It's got a little green new sticker. So yeah, I just put in foam pads and that came up. So have a look. That was.
So it's definitely definitely in the one that's your 3D foam and tape collection.
Oh right, you've got it in a collection.
Where you've got 33% off. 30% off.
It's amazing how different people, when we put a search in, you see that's not come up on mine. Oh, there it is, there. Yeah. So yeah, it's in a couple of bundles. So have a look and just read the description. But the one that says small 3D foam collection, and it's got a little green sort of new symbol on it. I'm pretty certain that is it. And we're going to put it on the shop the day so that you can find it really easily, Paul. So I hope that helps. So yes, it is on it is on the website. So hopefully you'll be able to find those. Oh, Colleen says, I have the original MIDI and mini Gemini machines and I use them all. You do, don't you? They all have their uses. It's brilliant. Oh, Sarah Brown says, hello everyone, I'm late today, but here now, sending hugs to Corrine and Craig and all my crafty friends, hoping you are well. Hugs from Melbourne, Australia. Brilliant.
Well, hello.
Thank you. Oh, they found them, I think.
Got them.
Found
Perfect.
those foam pads, so brilliant. They were going to get them added to this show so that you can find them. Right, now, I want to show you this. This is absolutely fantastic. Do you like 70% savings before your platinum price, before your extra 10% discount? Look at this. If I said you could have all of this for £32 or $40 if you were in a platinum member, as Nicola just said in my ear, I'd think you were crazy. But it's true. There's nearly £136 worth of product here, $170, and you're going to get all of this for that amazing price. You're going to get your country lane, which is your edgeable. You're going to get your beautiful swirled butterflies. Hopefully Craig's going to use those and have to say the name lots of times. And then you're going to get your lace frame. Look at that, that's multi-layered dies. You're going to get your light up the lane. Isn't that beautiful? Such a lovely one. And this, I think this is really good fun. Can you imagine this for party invitation? You can put all the details. So this is a stamp and die set. It is the hanging sign and vines, which I just think is a lovely one. You've got your cottage window. Honestly, all of this for £40, $50 before your club discount. You've got your country gateway, which again is a lovely die and stamp set. You've got your perennials in pots. Again, stamps and dies, as is your dusk till dawn, your little, go the right way up, there we go, lamps and dies. Now this is absolutely amazing. This is a cut and emboss folder. So this is gateway to the country. So you've got your embossing folder and it cuts. So we'll show you here, look, how the little gate opens straight away. You don't have to do extra snipping. You're going to get the embossing folder and this cutting as well. You're going to get your perfect peony dies. I use these all the time. They're in my flower folder. I have a folder on my desk of all my flower dies. It's in there. Now, those are all your bits that will last forever. None of that's going to wear out. You're going to keep all those. Your consumable bits, we're going to give you seam binding ribbon even, 3 colours, a metre of each. We're going to give you your elegant lace. It's going to come in a little box like that. 2 metres of your elegant lace. And you saw that card that Craig showed you. It looks so gorgeous around there. We're going to give you 16 sheets of your flower forming foam, pink, red, and 2 shades of green. They look like this. I love these. These are, you know, so big. Oh, there we go. Look at these. They're bigger than A4. Can I just say, just to put this deal into context, when I first started buying foam, I was paying £1 for a sheet of foam. You've got 16 sheets in here. So if we take £16 off the price of this, that just puts this bundle into concept, doesn't it?
It really does.
We're going to give you your country lane stamens, 400 stamens. Now, you're going to get all that, and it's not, there's no tricks, no trickery. Honestly, you're just going to get all of that, £40, $50. If you're platinum, £32 $40, or it's going to be even less if you find your code, get 10% off, and you're going to save another £3.20 or $4. $36 for all of this. I mean, I think it has to be one of our deals of the day. I've not seen all the deals today, but I think this is going to be right up there. Now, you get all that. That might feel a little bit overwhelming because it is vast. There is so much, and you might think, what am I going to do with it? Craig, what am I going to do with this bundle?
Oh, there's loads that you can do with it. Loads and loads and loads. Now, what I have done is I did use some of the original paper pad that came with it, but of course you can use any of your other paper pads. Maybe you've already got, maybe you actually purchased just the paper pads when it first launched, and then not all of the dies and accessories, so now you can then start to go with the dies and accessories, and then you'll already have the paper pads. Or maybe you've got Floribunda or any of the paper pads that you've got at home, you'll be able to use. So I've gone in with a 6x6 card blank, and let's just go in and let's just add my initial Matt and Laird to start with. So we've gone in with a patterned paper, and then I've created my linen Matt and Laird. There we go.
And then you say you can interchange any papers you've got, can't you?
Gosh, yeah, absolutely. Yeah, you really can do, and that's one of many fun things about it. You can then do that, and you'll get a different look if you use more of a vintage paper or if you use a more modern paper, and that's it with this collection.
Or you make your own backgrounds. We've just shown you how to do that with making your own stencils and everything.
Definitely, yep. And then one of many incredible things that Sheena does is make backgrounds and that as well.
Yeah,
so you'll be able to start to see what she does when she's in Wednesday and going forward. So I've gone in with our, this is just our multi-purpose cardstock for this one. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to go in with our garden gateway, and then I'm going to add the stamp. So we've got our stamps. So we've got our 3 stamps here. So we've got our little cottage door, we've got our stonework, and our little scene just in the background. We're going to use all 3 of these ones. So let's go in with the actual door. Let's stamp that one into place. So this one, going back to what we were talking about before, Corrine, with the tri-blends, I'm going to use tri-blends again with these ones.
So we use the right ink.
We use the right one.
Right ink, isn't it?
Yeah. Now, what I would say with this one, and you don't have to go with what I'm away to see here, it's just a little bit of advice, but when it comes to things such as anything garden-wise, country lane, anything like that, that's, Corrine, when I tend to use either the pebble or the rustic brown.
Yeah, just take it down a shade.
It does.
Yeah.
As I said, if all you've got is Flagstone or Noir Black, don't worry about it. It will look absolutely beautiful. However, we're going with that kind of nature, that rustic feel. So I would go with either pebble or rustic brown. So let's do that. Let's go in with the rustic brown, and then we're just going to stamp up. So I'm just going to go in. I'm using my 4x4 stamping platform again. Maybe you want to be using your 8x8 that Corrine likes to use, or your rocker blocks, anything like that. Personal preference, but we're giving that a really good tap. We're then going to go in. I'm using my stamping mat, and then what we can then do is press. So I'm just going to do my tiptoes all the way around with my fingers. I always like to keep one hand still, move the other one, and then what I can do is release that one.
Brilliant.
And we've got our door. So I've got that one. I'm going to set that one to the side. And in actual fact, I had already done it in black, and you can see the difference.
Yeah, you can see, can't you?
And I will do them side by side as we start to finish this card, because it will work no matter what. I just tend to like to use the brown with more of your natural look, he says, as he goes and stamps that with black when he was at home, but hey ho, it shows the difference. And then while we're doing our stamping, let's go in with another piece, because within that same set, Corrine, what you've got is you've got this really idyllic scene. So you've got the cottage, you've got the little footpath there, you've got the foliage down at the bottom, and I've already coloured mine, but I will stamp this one out and I'll show you the coloured one, and I'll talk you through the colours that I used.
Some people find building scenes quite difficult, so to have something like
I
this,
do,
where it's all done for you, you've just got to stamp it, ink it, stamp it, colour it, it just takes all that stress out. It makes it more enjoyable sometimes, doesn't it?
It does, and yeah, I cannot agree with you any more on that one, because I do. I struggle to build scenes. Certainly when it comes to stamps, I'm not one for a scene builder visually with my stamps. So having something like this already done, it's perfect. It's there. You've got them there done. Now within that one there, what I could simply do, Corrine, is go around with a little bit of water reactive ink.
Oh, yeah.
Layer that onto your card blank,
Yeah.
a sentiment, and you've got a really simple,
Yeah.
a nice rustic, but a really beautiful finished card. So you've got different depths, different levels, but there's that one. And then the last bit of stamping that we'll do is let's go in, still with the same stamp set. And remember before, in that first demonstration with the sentiment,
yes,
I was talking about just let the stamp just naturally flow itself down. So all that I'm going to do is I'm going to grip one side here, and then I'm just going to hold from the top, and then I'm just going to let it, because it will cling to my stamping platform, and then I'm just going to let it fall itself.
If you force it, you could make that the wrong shape and the wrong size.
You can,
couldn't you?
yeah, absolutely. So what we're going to do, once again, alcohol-proof ink pad, still with the rustic brown. You can see it just fits on the 4x4.
Yeah.
If you have a little bit of difficulty, then go to your 6x6 or your rocker block, etc., etc. But I just wanted to stamp these three main ones out from that one set, because we can do a little bit of colouring. Now, keeping in mind, my ones that I prepped at home, I've done them in black, but it's going to give you a good visual side on with the two of them. And then we've got our actual stonework.
Oh, it's lovely, yeah.
Now, something like this, now, of course, I've not quite pressed as hard there, but because you've got that rustic feel with that country lane, doesn't matter.
No.
Don't worry about it. Don't stress about it. Alternatively, go in with a little art liner and just finish it off.
Yeah,
You've
art
got
liners
options.
are really useful for that, aren't they?
And you were talking about that before. You know, there's ways just to fix little bits
We
and
can fix
pieces.
everything, can't we?
So let's take these bits and pieces here. So let's move that one to the side for now, because we're going to go really quite on the opposite direction with this colour here. And I'm going to go in with your turquoise blue. And this is your tri-blades. This is from your essential set. Now you would think a door like this, you're going to go in with the brown, certainly with me having gone in with the brown. But oh
Can I
no.
just ask, you said that was from the essential set very quickly. Is there something on the pens that told you that, or do you just know which pens is in which box?
Yeah, it says blend. So anything that's blend is in your essentials, and anything that shades is in your.
No, there are some blends in your.
Well, there you go. I've learned something new myself today.
I just thought you knew some sort of witchcraft code.
I could have got away with that, eh?
Yeah, yeah. So in the deep blends, you've got like magenta blend, but you've also got dark red shades. That's it. Yeah, that second box is a mix of blends and shades.
Well, I'll be sugar lump.
I thought you knew some secret code, and I was like,
See,
I
it's
want to
always
know
a
this
learning
secret
day.
code.
Always a learning day there. There we go then. There we are.
Yeah.
Now I've learned that one. Yeah. Well, I just kind of.
What you're using?
I think that one's from the essentials anyway.
It is.
Yeah.
True blue blend is in the essentials. You were right.
I was right. I was right.
I just thought there was some secret code on the pen, or.
And it's not even that one. It's ice blue blend that I was using, which is also from the essentials. But all that I'm going to do is I'm just going to lay down. I'm only going to do one section here, Corrine, with that
Again,
light
working
tone.
in sections so that your alcohol doesn't dry off too quick, from what you were saying
Absolutely, yeah. Even when it comes to something like your woodwork, your door work, I would still always do it in sections. And although that's one panel, I would still do section by section. Because if I then carry on colouring down into here, that's going to dry, and then when I come along to start to do my blending, it's got nothing to actually sit onto, it's got nothing to blend into, and then therefore it's going to be nigh all impossible for you to get a beautiful finished result. And then all that I'm going to do is I've flipped over to that darker side of the pen that we talked about before, and then I'm just going to come round the edge here, and then I'm just going to go in where we've got all of those lines. I'm just going to go in literally quite like a scribble, and then I'm just going to blend that one out in with that mid-tone. And then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go back into that dark once again, and then just add that wee bit more. Because I've gone in with that mid-tone, you've still got that bit of alcohol within the alcohol pen, so it's still going to come along and do a nice bit of blending.
If you're loving Craig's colouring and you think I want to be able to do that, you can, and the details of the 48 pens are on the screen. And then you can learn which pens are in the essentials and which ones are in the blends as well. There you go. You can learn the secret code that I didn't know about.
If only we had someone that would give it away at the start of the show, eh?
If we wrote it down and hid it somewhere in the studio, then you'd know the secret code, wouldn't you?
Although I still think it looks like Foundito. It does, doesn't it, Nicola? Yeah.
Everyone's seeing different things on our secret code. Not that we know where it is. There we are.
But yeah, I can see myself doing some shopping later on our website, stocking up on some of these deals.
Absolutely. Wouldn't you just, if you were going down a country lane and you came across a blue door, you'd have to have a look what was on the other side, wouldn't you?
I'd think it'd be something out like the Labyrinth or something like that, yeah. Actually, that was on the other day.
Secret Garden.
The Secret. Oh, I've not seen that film in years.
I know. I used to love that book. That was one of my favourite books when I was.
See, I'm not a reader. I'm not much of a reader, but I do like film versions of things.
Have you lost your pen?
No, do you know what I was away to do? No, it was just to show you, because I've used the ice blue blend and then I've used the gold yellow blend for the remainder of my door. Now I am going to cut this out because I'm going to do it by hand. This is what it's going to look like that we can see here. Now you do have a die to go with it, Corrine, so you do have the die, but as you'll see with the...
You want that little bit on the side,
I want that little bit. I want that little bit of a hinge. So whatever scissors you feel comfortable with, you know, I do like my little snippy scissors. So all that I'm doing is I'm freehand. And again, we're going with that kind of nature look, so it doesn't have to be straight. If it's on the wonk, if it's a little bit crispy at the edge, it's absolutely fine. But I'm keeping my hand still with my scissors, and then I'm moving this hand with my card. So I'm guiding it. So I'm just going to go along. So the only movement I'm doing is opening and closing. So we're just going to close, and then you'll really see it as I get to the top here. What we're going to do is we're going to close, and then I'm moving my left hand, not my actual scissors. The only movement with the scissors I'm doing is the closing action, and then you get a nice smooth glide with the scissors. The other thing I'm not doing, Corrine, is going to the tip. Because if you go at the tip, even with our scissors, and I'll put my hands up and say our scissors are the best scissors out there that I've ever used, but sometimes if you go at the tip, you can still get that little bit of a nick. So therefore, just stop before you get to the tip, and then that means that you're going to continue with that little flow. But then all that I'm going to do is just roughly, I'm just going to go in and create just kind of my own little hinge. You're not going to see it, so it doesn't need to be neat whatsoever. It's just so that you've got your own little hinge that we can come along. You would use your scoreboard. But that's how I've created the hinge. But once again, you're not going to see that one. So that is where we've got to with our door. Now, I'll not colour this one in because it is just with the greys. You've seen me do the greys so many times because it's one of my favourites. You know, I love using it all the time. You've got the die to go with it as well. And this is and so many things with this collection are just a perfect flow together. And because you've got the stamps and the dies, that are an absolute treat. And then set them ones to the side. Now, of course, we're not going to colour all of this one in, but let's just talk you through it. There's the one that I've done there.
Oh, that's lovely.
You can see. So, dull green blend, ice blue blend. I used the burnt orange blend. I used the gold brown shades. We've used the pink violet blend. I've used the blue turquoise blend just for the door in there. I've used the purple blend. I didn't say purple because it's underneath here. And then I also used the ice grey blend. So that is the ones that I've used to colour in this whole image. And then all that we need to do is let's just do some of the bush just to the side here, and then we will then build this card together. And nothing different as to what we talked about when we looked at the tri-blends earlier. I'm just going to go in and I'm laying down that lighter tone. And I'm just going to go in, laying it down. I've still got my cardstock underneath here, so that if it bleeds under, we're going to be absolutely fine. And then I'm just going to come in, because we've got our bushes here, what I'm just going to do is just come around the edge, and I'm kind of doing what I would do with our illustrators, and I'm flicking in. So I'm just going to flick inwards, and I'm just going to do just a couple of dots. Your alcohol colouring, it doesn't have to be overly complicated. You know, you just sit, relax, and have fun. Always go back onto our YouTube where you can watch, you know, Leanne and the two Debbie, all of us that love all of our colouring. And then that will start to blend out, and then what we've then got is our image, what we can start to blend in together. And then all that we need to do is take in piece of our pattern paper, and then our actual hinge, that's just going to go underneath at the side, because what's going to happen is we're going to build that over the top. So you're not going to see that hinge. It's going to come together. And for this one, what I actually want, because that's going to sit at the back, Corrine, let's go in with our foam pads that we were talking about earlier, and I'm going to use the strips that are in that foam pad strip, and we'll just start to combine it.
Brilliant, brilliant. Oh, we have got, Kimberly says, good morning all, I'm a first timer. I'm from Jacksonville, Florida. Well, welcome, Kimberly. Is there anything that we can answer? Have you got any burning questions that I can send over to Craig? And, and I've got Jenny in my ear now, and she's from, where are you from, Jenny? Fort Lauderdale. I think it said that. There you go. She's the executive producer of the show, and she's from Fort Lauderdale. There you go. Yes, there we go. And then she's come over here to live in England. I mean, perfect. So, yeah, so she says, dreams do come true. There you are. There you are. Who wouldn't want to live in the north of England when it's raining like it is today?
Yeah, yeah.
There we go.
Florida? Nah, you're all right.
And Sarah Brown, she should be in bed. Should be in bed over there in Melbourne. She says, I have been minding my friend's dog for Easter. His name is Frankie, and he's going home tomorrow.
Aww.
He may or may not be snuggled in bed with me now. We need, first of all, there's two things missing there. One, we need a picture, Sarah, and two, what type of dog is Frankie? That's, you know, there's information missing there, please. We need to know it all. I've been away for this is my 4th day away because I was at Hobby Maker Fair. I keep getting pictures of Elsie in my spot in the bed. So she's going to be really fed up when I go home tonight, because she's going to lose her spot in the bed. Every morning I've had a picture of her snuggled up in the quilt. Yeah, there we go. Colin said to me, he said he went to the loo this morning and he hadn't even got out the bedroom door and she was in his spot.
Really?
They home into that warm spot, don't they? Yeah.
Yeah, well, I have to say, it's, as much as I had a lovely time back in Scotland, I am looking forward to getting my bed to myself, because as the same with Clemmy, she just jammed straight into my bed with me, and back home in the spare room, it's just a single bed. So,
oh no!
Yes, she sprawls all the way out.
She's not the smallest of dogs to be taking half a bed up.
No, she's not. No, she's not. No. Oh. And as I say, she likes to sprawl out, as most dogs do. So it's like, it's all right, Clemmy, I'll just, lie on the edge of the bed, just you, spread out, nice and comfy. So
there we go. We've got the studio email address on there for you, Sarah, studio@crafterscompanion.co.uk, and anybody can be sending us pictures in there and we will get them on the screen. But please, Sarah, we want to know what Frankie is, and are you really going to let Frankie go home tomorrow, or are you going to
keep him?
Try and keep, I'm assuming him, for a little bit longer. There we go. Yeah, I'm not encouraging dog napping.
I was just about going to be doing it with Clemmy this morning when I was jumping in the car and she was looking at me as I was going out the door.
You were hoping that you could get her in the car and be far enough away before anybody woke up.
Before anyone noticed, yeah, absolutely, but no.
Wow.
No.
That is absolutely gorgeous so far. Isn't that lovely, all those different layers?
So, and that's the thing, you've got the layers. So what I've done is I've lifted that one on with the height of the foam pads. We've gone around with that stonework as well, but we've got that cottage door. And the only bit that I'm going to jump forward, Corrine, because it is just our simple form of our die cutting with this lantern here, with a bit of our black cardstock. Now with our Gemini, any of our electric machines, it's the same plate configuration we talked about with the new viewer, if you're new to crafting. And then also the only difference, to really add that little bit of detail, what I've done on a little bit of scrap piece of our multi-purpose cardstock, I've gone in with our gold yellow blend and also a little bit of burnt orange and just created that actual light within
That's
that. Isn't it
cute.
beautiful? And going against that black, or that colour with that black, it really sets it off. I'm just going to come in here with a tape runner here. Now, if you go in, you could be using, of course, your tacky glue. I would usually use that, but mine says dried up. I'll need to get it sorted in between shows today.
Sorry,
And this
I thought
one.
it was all right yesterday. I don't know what I did with it yesterday.
Sorry, it's my one.
Oh, your
yeah,
one.
it's my one. Yeah, yep. It's
We'll sort you out.
temperamental.
We'll sort you out. We'll get Jake to give you another one of the applicators, because we have some glue selection on the show today.
I believe we do, yeah.
The glue applicators, so we can go on that one later.
I believe we do. There we go. I'm pressing that one into place there. Holding that one in. And then there we go.
How beautiful is that? That is lovely. I love the perspective on that.
Yes.
That is lovely. And all these dies are going to work. And
Yeah.
I'm impressed with your coordination. Blue gate and blue door.
There you
That's
go.
my type of coordination. I
But
like
then-
that. Spotted that straight off there. Linda's saying she loves your demo. Oh,
Thank
Sarah
you.
Brown says, photos on their way. Frankie is a dash hound, but he's a pieball dash hound. So there you go. Now, we have asked you a few times to send us pictures, keep commenting. We love the interaction. Remember, this is Crafters Companion. We're all about the companion here. So we're going to give you a little video to show you how to be social with everything Crafters Companion.
Here at Crafters TV, it couldn't be easier to get social with us. Whether you're watching on Facebook or YouTube, on your TV or tablet, you can get so close to the action, it's like you're in the studio with us. You can ask questions about products or crafty techniques. Get hints and tips from our expert demonstrators. Plus, share pictures of your crafty makes with our amazing community. Crafters TV, getting you closer to the crafty action. Our craft experts come from all over the UK to HQ up in the northeast, and here they are telling you a little bit about where they're from and what it's famous for.
I'm originally from London, so Stoke Newington I was born and bred, and loved London. I mean, I love London now, something really magical about being in the capital. Grew up in Norfolk, loved it. The countryside, the scenery, it was very green and just beautiful and picturesque. I now live in Bedford, which is brilliant for work and life, because I feel like Bedford is sort of central to all these places around us, so I get to see so many different places. It's just great to be there.
So I live in Barnsley. And I say a town, it's a town in South Yorkshire. And South Yorkshire's a gorgeous place. Barnsley in particular, I love. It gets a lot of flack, but it's a really beautiful, picturesque place to live, especially because there's lots of green places around there, lots of lovely parks and things like that, but it is a gorgeous place to live. Elthicka, neighbouring village to us, which is just full of history, and I love going there ever such a lot. Famous, what's it famous for? Oh, the most famous thing I can think of is a film called Kes. A local author called Barry Hines, who lived in Oiland Common, made a very famous film called Kes that is well known from where I am, and actually filmed literally around the corner from where I live.
Welcome to Crafters TV. With more than 35 hours of live shows each week, it's your home for all things craft. So, join our family of craft experts with live tutorials and demonstrations every day. We shine the spotlight on new and innovative crafting products here on Crafters TV. Get creative and craft along with our amazing deals. Your next craft project is only a click away. Tune in live 7 days a week or watch on catch up at crafterscompanion.com, Facebook or our YouTube channel. You can chat to us, craft along and meet new friends in our online crafting community.
You entertain us. You give us a community to talk, in the chat. That wouldn't happen without you guys. It's like Crafters Companion is magical. There's magic here.
You're all our time with each other! You're not through to boot camp. Get off!
There's a show for every type of crafter, from first-time dabblers to full-time makers.
So, stop what you're doing and enjoy the fun here on Crafters TV.
I love it. We are still getting weather forecasts from around the Great Britain. Chaz now says, after some rain this morning, the sun is finally out in Slough, Berkshire. I know it's Berkshire. There we go. Veronica sent a picture in of Nathan, but forgot to put her name on it. She said, my brain isn't functioning at all well after all the chocolate. Well, we would love to hear. Are your children totally hyper? Your children, your grandchildren, have they eaten all the chocolate? Did they insist on eating the chocolate for breakfast? How are they coping after all of them? And how many of them went to see the Easter Bunny? Because I understand in America it's a big thing taking your children to the mall to see the Easter Bunny. We're getting a few more people doing that over in the UK, and I have seen some really funny pictures on social media. Some are embracing it, and some are a little bit terrified, but yeah, it all depends. So please send in your pictures. It's bank holiday. There's only 5 of us here, so we can do what we want. And actually, we've got one of the bosses here, so we can actually do whatever we want then today. It's all about having fun. It's Easter Monday, and we're going to be eating lots of chocolate and enjoying ourselves all day. So there we go. There we go. Apparently it's Passover, whatever that should entail. I don't know the implications of that, and I don't know how that clashes with Easter, but there we go. There we go. They're supposed to fast, no bread, so there we go. Horrifying, apparently, horrifying. There we go. Right, lots of love for Craig's card, from Linda, from Lynn, from Adriana, from Michelle, Lois. There we go, absolutely loving that. Michelle Knit says, I have to find my gnome paper pad. Wow, what have you done with it, Michelle? Where have you put it? Where has it gone? Right. We're nearly done. We have only got about 10 minutes left of the show. Can you speed craft, Craig? Can you speed craft?
Seriously, is that the time?
Yeah, there's 10
He was
minutes
me all
left.
setting up for another demonstration. I thought we still had like 40 minutes to go.
No, you need to do a speed one.
Oh, well, we'll save this one till later on.
Right.
Then.
We have our shaker card. Now, this is a really, really popular collection we've got today. We've seen a quick look at this. This is Hello Beautiful. It is our butterfly. With the stamps falling off. We need a new way to display stamps. Born to Bloom. And you're going to get all of these. You're going to get the eau de parfum on there as well, so you get the perfume bottle, and you're going to get the cheers to you. I just think this one is so usable, even if you're not going to be doing shaker cards. But look at all these stamps and elements you're going to get, and you're also going to get your sequin die as well. I worked out 70 sequins that's going to make. Absolutely brilliant. And if you want that, that's yours today for £33 or $45. But remember, your platinum price drops down to £26.40 or $36, and you're going to get another £2.64 off if you found it 10 the code. So
where'd you find the code? Where'd you find the code?
It's somewhere around.
Is it?
It's somewhere around the studio. I love it. We actually forgot to give Craig the memo, and he just blurted it all out.
No, it was either you forgot to give Craig the memo, or, as he says, as the boss is in the gallery, he didn't check his emails before he came live.
Well, who knows? Oh, Chaz says, I always buy my children Easter eggs after Easter. They prefer it that way, as they know they get a better deal. That's good, as long as you get, like, 2 instead of 1. 2
yeah,
for
but it's a bit
everyone
risky because you can go to some shops and they're completely out.
It's risky, isn't it? It's a real risk, isn't it? It's a fine balance of whether there be any left.
It's like when...
Lindsay says, lovely card, Craig. Very similar to a card I made using the Secret Garden collection instead. So Country Lane, Secret Gardens.
Of course you could.
It's all about the inspiration, isn't it?
Absolutely, yeah.
Charlotte
it really
says, wow, that's gone quickly. Mind you, it's always that way when I'm crafting while watching. So there we go. Right, I've got another collection to show you here. And Craig, I'm sure he's got some samples that he can show us of this. This is our gnomes collection. Wow, when you look and you are saving nearly twice as much as you are spending, that's the kit you want to get. This is our Garden Gnome selection. So you're going to be getting the stamps. There's no one like you. There we go. or as my son used to say, gnomes. He
Gnomes.
always
I
said
still
gnomes.
say
He
that,
couldn't
yeah.
say gnomes. And then you're going to say the gnome caravan. I love this one. And again, look at this. You want your tri-blends for these. They're going to
Definitely.
work beautifully. Your gnome swing, but it doesn't have to be gnome swing because actually we've added in the hands there. Any of your dies of little people that you've got are going to look lovely on there. You've got your gnome garden accessories. Again, we're all about that scene building, aren't we? We've got our gnome girl, and I love these stencils. They are so clever because when you colour it, it's plain, and then you can put your stencil over the top to colour her in. And she would be a bit lonely if she didn't have a gnome boy next to her. And then I think this has to be one of the most popular embossing folders I have ever come across on Crafters TV. You love this. So this is your embossing folder with the stencils as well, so that when you colour it in, you're going to get this. Gnomes, brilliant, but think of all your other collections you're going to be able to do. I mean, change the colours and you could be a bit more Halloween-y. You could, I've seen, I think I've got some shows with interchangeable scenes with the desert scene.
Yes,
you could
that would be
change
nice.
it in a bit, you know, turn those a bit more into clouds just here and have that desert with the sun. You know, just think a bit outside the box and think of how you're going to be able to use it around everyone. So instead of $68.93, you're going to be paying £24 or $29, but your platinum price is going to drop right down, £19.20 or $23.20. Absolutely brilliant. But if I was to get that, what could I make?
Right, there's so many things that you can actually make with this one. In actual fact, that folder and stencil, that would work well with Colour Your World as well, if you want to then team them together. But here we go. So here's actually the folder in the background. So coming in with your water reactive ink pads, your blending tools. If you want to keep it as a simple, you know, A5 card, and you can absolutely do that. But this is you're doing your scene building. Now, as you were saying, you know, it could be daytime, it could be nighttime, you know, it could be dark, it could be whatever you want it to be. But then you're set in that scene, bringing in your nesting dies, so you don't have to keep them square or rectangle. You can go in with your nesting dies, and then that's that caravan that you can see here, but it's been coloured in a different way. So if I bring it in again here, there it is in that typical red and the yellows, but going in with the purple tones. But then you can see you can be doing things such as these. And in actual fact, I was just double checking our website there a moment ago because I was sure, and I was right, on my newsletter that you would have got this morning, give you a head start about luxury cardstock that's on Shop the Day. So you'll be able to find that one.
You're
But
so on point, aren't you?
I was sure that I remembered seeing it this morning when the newsletter came through this morning. So I might not check my work emails before I come live, but I check our newsletter, that's for sure. But then look at that one as well. So your stepper card. So if you've got your template library, start to team them together. DL cards. You can do this one here in actual fact. It's kind of like a reverse opal that you can see just here. All of these ones,
cute.
beautiful cards, concept cards, diorama cards, but then start to incorporate them with your memory books, your scrapbook pages and that as well. Singly use the items or then just start to build that scene, and that's what it's all about. So much fun. Who doesn't love the garden gnomes? Who doesn't just love gnomes full stop? That's the sort of thing that you can do with these ones, Corrine.
I just love that. The colours are so vibrant, aren't they? Absolutely gorgeous. Thank you, Michelle Knits, for you. She's sent me a whole thing about Passover. I'm going to read that and digest that. But thank you. That's really, really useful. Now, Charlotte Everett says, I made Gracie some boxes with Easter chocolate in, as she's too old for an Easter hunt now, but she likes the little eggs. Made them using the roll-up die and bonbon boxes too. Now, I just said, could I show you these? Because if you like that idea, then maybe you could be getting things like the roll-up treat box. So this means that you could be doing something like that. You could be putting Easter eggs, little mini eggs. You could make little mini eggs in here. So for this deal, instead of being £50, it's $39.99 or $44.95. And you're going to get the die that makes the treat box, and look at all the accessories, all the mats and layers. Please remember that these will work outside of this collection. You've got butterflies here, you've got flowers here, you've got plaques and tags that you're going to be able to use in all of your other crafting. You've got the stencil here for the roll up to make it roll up. You've got some ribbon, and you've got some red liners, so that makes it really, really useful. Oh, you also get some magnets, but I've not got them here. And that means that you could be making, is that where that one's going? This one's with Velcro. You could be making little boxes like this. Now, I know it's too late for Easter now, because that's past, but you could be filling this with, oh, apparently 4 cream eggs would fit into there, apparently. I'm being told very knowledgeably, as if somebody has tried and tested that. Oh, there we go. Nicola and Craig tried and tested that.
Not in that one.
All those little tiny eggs you can get into there. You'll be able to get all those. So yeah, how about that? So thank you, Charlotte. That's a lovely idea to get the roll-up treat box if you want to be doing things like that. Right, I've got one more to show you in a minute, but before that, I'm going to show you Craig's 3 cards that we've done, so you can get your vote in, because we've got less than 5 minutes left. So
We do indeed.
So quick.
It has, it's absolutely flown in. Be looking at all these again in a lot more detail come Monday makers. But let's have a look. So we're going to go for the 3 of them that we've done, where we've actually used our shaker die. So we've done our butterfly with our easel. We had a look at that incredible tri-blend deal that we've got now. And then we've also done our country lane as well. So 1, 2 or 3, the choice is yours.
Yes, that'd be lovely. Please put your votes in, and our Chloe will count those up for us and send them through. So while that's being counted up, I want to show you our vintage butterfly collection. Now this is a double-sided die. So if you have ever had any of our double-sided dies before, you'll have the plates ready to go for those. And then you've got this one. So this is our kaleidoscope. And one die, one pass, you put 1 card on the back, 1 card on the front, sandwich it with the double-sided plate, and you're going to cut both of these out with 1 pass of your die, and that means that you then get this, the 2 layers that you can layer up. So you're going to get the kaleidoscope. I love this one, Marvellous Mariposa. This is beautiful. I love the stamp effect around here, the wings that lift up on here, and that pattern. It is a beautiful one. And again, each one of these, the stamp shape, the square, or the internal one, can all be used individually. They work brilliantly together, but brilliantly apart. Opulent frame, you've got the 3 layers with that. And then this one is Perfect Papillon. So it's gorgeous one. So you get the plain layer, you get the detailed layer just like that one, and then you get the fine detail layer that layers on top. They're all exactly the right size, so that when you layer them up, this is the beautiful effect you get. Now, wow, what savings that? Is that 70-odd%, something like that? It's an awful lot. So instead of £78.95, today, those 4 items are £23 or $28. But your platinum price, look at that, £18.40, $22.40. It's one not to be missed. Snap it up before it disappears, because I think at that price it's not going to last for long.
I don't think so.
No.
Who doesn't love butterflies? Certainly vintage butterflies, and it's just vintage in the title. You could use all your bright cardstocks, you know, you can go in with your pastel cardstocks if you want to. But for instance, this one here has been made using the double-sided die, so you've got the 2 layers together. Really works, an absolute treat. Really going quite elaborate when it comes to that double-sided die. Within the centre here, but then look at that one there, layering up the butterflies. So teaming them with your black and your craft cards works an absolute treat. Who doesn't love that postage stamp butterfly? Because you can then start to use it as your carte blanche, or you can even start to use it in the same way that I showed you earlier on. So it's taken techniques as to how we'll show you within one demonstration, and you can absolutely start to bring that forward into your other dies. So there's one more of your pastel tones, but inking through, but then there's going really big. So you've got small, you've got medium, you've got large, you've got obviously depth when it comes to foam pads. There's another one with the butterflies here. These ones here, you don't necessarily have to use all 3 of them. I mean, beautiful. The whole collection is absolutely beautiful, but getting them at that incredible price as well. It's, as Corrine was saying, I don't think that one's going to last long.
I don't, it really isn't. And another one that I don't think is going to last for long is this. This is our Easter mystery bag. Wow. Now, we often do bags, a paper bag or a pen bag or a stamp bag or a die bag. This is just across the board. Plus, you're going to get 50 bonus points on it. So It's got over £100, nearly $144 worth of value in here. Yep, I'm not going to show you. You're getting a paper pad, you can't see which one it is, and another paper pad. You're getting large dies, you don't know which one it is. You're getting multiple stamps, and you're getting pens. There you go. I'm not going to reveal any more, but if you like the look of that, we'll unbox this. £35 or $45, which drops down to £28 or $36. You can make that an even better value by using your 10% discount code, and we'll give you your free gift as well. Now, this doesn't actually surprise me. The winner of Demo of the Show is number 3.
Number 3.
There you go. Doesn't surprise me. It's beautiful. The other 2 were lovely, but number 3 was absolutely gorgeous.
Thank you very much.
That is brilliant. We are coming back after the break, in an hour, so please send us all of your pictures in, and we will make sure that we show them in the next hour. And we have got a masterclass next. Have I got that right? I keep forgetting.
Yeah,
what we've got next.
we've got... It's a masterclass of incredible deals, but what we're going to do is, do you know what? We're just going to have a chilled. We're going to then show you these deals. We're going to do some die cut. We'll have a play. If there's something you want to see within the collections, let us know in the show. We'll do that. It'll be fun.
That would be absolutely brilliant. So thank you for your comments. It's been lovely, lovely to hear what the weather's doing, how many of you have been eating your chocolate. Absolutely gorgeous. We are going to go and have a quick lunch break, and we will be back. Well, it's less than an hour now because we've overrun. We will be back in less than an hour with that masterclass. So until then, take care, and we'll see you shortly. Bye.
Toodles.